Hey there, physics pals. Paul Lake here with another physics problem solved. I hope you're doing well. We're going to do an introductory level work problem. We're going to find the work done by an applied force pulling a vacuum cleaner across the floor. We'll be using the basic definition of work. And also, I'm going to kind of also discuss scalar products within the context of this problem. You might not have had scalar products yet, but if not, this will be a good introduction. So let's read the problem. A man cleaning a floor pulls a vacuum cleaner with a force of magnitude F equals 50 newtons at an angle of 30 degrees with the horizontal. Calculate the work done by the force on the vacuum cleaner as the vacuum cleaner is displaced 3 meters to the right. All right. So let's set this up. So we have this horizontal floor, and we've got this vacuum cleaner. I'm going to put it like it's a shop vac or something. Right? It's got wheels on it. There's no friction in this problem. And we got a man here, and he's pulling on it. I don't know. Maybe there's a little handle or a rope on it or something, but he's pulling on it. Okay, he's pulling on it with a force, this applied force of 50 newtons at an angle of 30 degrees with the horizontal. So I didn't draw that very well. It's not really 30 degrees, but we'll just say, hey, so theta is 30 degrees. If we're going to define this applied force as a vector in polar coordinates. Okay, and the displacement of this vacuum cleaner is 3 meters. And what are we trying to find? Well, we're trying to find the work done by the applied force. So the work done, here's how I express it. The work done by the applied force. That's how I wrote it down. You can do it your way, of course. Now, one thing I suggest you do is that pause the video right now and try to solve it yourself. Unpause the video to check your work with mine. And don't skip around too much because I do a lot of instruction during the explanation of the video. And at the end of the video, I'll have a word of inspiration and thanks to you. I hope you'll stick around for that. All right, so let's solve. Okay, now I'm going to start with the most general mathematical model that describes what work is. Work is equal to the integral of the force vector times, but now this is a dot product, a scalar product, times a displacement. I'll call it S, ds. S here represents some displacement. Now, if you're not in a calculus-based class, don't worry, we're not going to use calculus, but this is the most general description of how to calculate work. Now, if the force is constant, and the force is constant here, it's just 50 newtons through the whole 3 meter displacement, we don't need to use integral calculus. You only need to use integral calculus if the force is a function of your position as you move along. So if that's the case, if the force is constant, you can say work is equal to force dotted with, and you can use delta S for displacement here. And then what you want to do is you want to take this and apply it to your problem. We'll get more and more specific here. So work is equal to, now what is a dot product? Well, the dot product is the force times the magnitude of the displacement. Now I'm gonna change, see delta S, that can be an X, Y, or Z, or any combination of that. So but we're moving along the x-axis. We're gonna call this the x-axis, and we'll of course call this the y-axis. And so this is gonna be the force, the magnitude of the force times the magnitude of my displacement, which I'll call delta x here, times the cosine of the angle between the force and displacement vectors. Basically, you want to know how much of the force is in the same direction as your displacement, because that's what does work. And I'll show you the other forces. There's a normal force and a gravity force acting on this crate. We'll discuss those at the end, even though the problem doesn't ask for it. So now I'm ready. Now I'm ready to calculate the work. So the work is the force times the displacement, which was 3 meters, times the cosine of the angle between them. Now, what you do to figure out what this angle is, it's just you take the force vector and you put it tail to tail with the displacement vector. So here's the displacement vector, here's the force vector. I hook them up tail to tail, and the smallest force, the smallest angle between them, is what you use. So it's a cosine of 30 degrees. And so let's do that. So get the calculator out. And so we've got 50 times 3, which I'm sure is 150. Now times the cosine of the angle, which is 30 degrees. Make sure your calculator's in degrees. Equals, and we get, it's times 10 to the 2. This is scientific notation, so this is basically 130 if we round it off to 3 significant figures. 130. And now what units? What is a Newton times a meter? It's a joule. Okay, and so this is my answer to the work done by the applied force. Oh, I should have put applied. Okay, the work done by the applied force. 130 joules. Now, what does this mean? Well, this means, like, here's your the man pulling on the vacuum. He had energy stored up in his muscles, in his body, and so on. And so what he did is he did work. And when you do work, what you're doing is you're transferring energy from one thing into another thing. And here we're transferring 130 joules from the man's body into the motion of the crate. Now, if there are no other forces, if there's no friction here, this crate's going to accelerate. And we're going to be transferring that energy into the motion of the crate. So we will essentially have given this crate 130 joules of kinetic energy, which you may not have gotten to kinetic energy yet, but just giving you kind of it's the energy that something has because it's moving. So this guy had some energy in his body, chemical potential energy stored up in his muscles. He transferred it into the crate and as the motion of the crate by doing work. Work is a transfer of energy through the application of a force. Now let's talk about the other forces acting on here. This is the answer to the question, so we're essentially done with this problem. But I want to go a little further than what this problem called for. If we have the weight, we have a normal force, and we have this applied force. Now, I think you can see that the normal force doesn't have to support all the weight because this person is pulling up as well. But really, we just want to look at the work done by these forces. Now, let's take a look at the work done by the normal force. Well, the work done by the normal force is, that whatever that normal force happened to be, times the displacement, which is delta x. But what is the angle? What is the angle between this force and the displacement? Well, if we put the normal force and the displacement vector, there's that delta x. Well, that's 90 degrees, isn't it? And what's the cosine of 90 degrees? Well, it's 0. Well, that means that the work done by the normal force is equal to 0. Okay, now that's the mathematics. This is what the mathematics tells you. Let's think about it conceptually. This crate is being moved to the right Let's suppose you get rid of this applied force and it's just sitting here. Okay, so now the normal force would be equal to the weight, but that's kind of irrelevant to what we're discussing here. If the crate is just sitting here, is the normal force transferring any energy into this crate? Is it changing the motion of the crate? No. No, and neither is the weight. These are not doing any work. They're not transferring energy into or out of the crate because the displacement of the crate is perpendicular to these forces. And so if the force is perpendicular to the displacement, that force isn't doing any work. It's not transferring energy into or out of the object that the force is applied to. Very important. They'll try to fool you. This will come up on an exam for sure. I'm just telling you. And I'll have other problems similar to this where we'll work this out. So speaking of similar problems to this, look in the description. I've got links to a Google Doc link where I've got literally hundreds of problems like this, example problems solved all the way with lots of explanations, as well as lectures that are all organized by topic. So check that out if you'd like to see more. Share that with your professor and your fellow students, because there are some teachers that are using my materials. And I'm a retired high school physics teacher, and I still have the teaching bug, so I do this. It's kind of a hobby, not making any money doing this. And so check that out in the description. I'm also a private physics tutor. Now, this I do make a little bit of money on. There's a link to a document that will allow you to get in a hold of me. So check that in the description. My rates are reasonable, and I can save you a whole lot of time and stress. And hey, also, if you think I made a mistake or if you have a question, put it in the comments, but put a timestamp. Put a timestamp with it, because then I can answer. I can scroll to the video and then watch what your question is about. Or if you think I made a mistake or should have been clearer about something, I appreciate constructive feedback like that. Or, hey, tell me where you're from. It's really cool. I live in Fresno, California in the United States, but about 3/4 of my viewers are from outside the United States. I think that's amazing. I think that's so cool. So tell me where you're from. I'd love to hear from you. Finally, I do want to thank you very much for not only watching my video, but for being a physics student. Because let me tell you something, I know how hard this stuff is. Physics can be so humbling and frustrating, it makes you feel dumb. You're not dumb, but it can make you feel that way. But you know what? We need you, smart, hardworking people like you, to learn this material, to learn the ways of physics, because our technologically based civilization is all based on a foundation of physics. So what you're doing, what you're studying, it's really important. It's really important. So thank you for doing it. Keep up the hard work. Get in touch with me if you need some help. I'm here for you. And until the next video, may the net force be with you always. That is all.